Yeah, with all that rain we got, it got some mudslides down on the highway. And as the neighbor pointed out to me, because I was so worried about when they took all my trees off my upper part of my hill or mountain, I was worried about the erosion, but you know, she was over during this period of time, and she did mention how there wasn't any, I can't remember what she called it, but anyway, it didn't look like there was any, little ruts or any kind of loss on the mountain at all from all the rain we've had. So that's good news. I want you to wee-haw! Working on the root cellar. Or basement. No, it's only like that's 4 foot by, it'll be maybe 2.5 foot wide. Just enough to get a trash can down in there to keep store food in, and have the trap door up in the floor of the cabin. See, that's how far up off the ground the cabin's going to be sitting on this side. Gonna go ahead and mix up some cement for my root cellar, just because I'm tired of digging holes. And even if my holes were done, it's not payday yet, so I can't go get more wood to spread on my floor. So I'm gonna work on my basement with root cellar. Be a little bit thicker, but I'm going to go ahead and pour it so that it goes underneath all of that. Well, I got it leveled and cemented at the bottom until I can get my other slats closed, but it's another lesson learned, because I am going to put these root cellars in every building that I do. I got this building, and then I've got the one down there that's going to be bigger, and then I've got the one over on the other side of Mom's chair that's just going to be a teeny weeny little A-frame. But all of them are going to have root cellars, or a place to hide the food from the bears. Anyway, so my lesson learned on my first one that I put in, big dummy, should have gone in the other direction, because now I'm going to have to drill holes in the top up here. I'll have the sides covered with cardboard or wood slabs or something. Anyway, but the top, I'm going to have to put holes in to pour the cement in. Whereas if I would have flipped this up the other direction, I could have just poured it right straight down through on these. Straight down through. And so that's a lesson learned on that one. And I still have to put 3 more walls up, so at least I got the first one figured out. And I'll go on to the next ones. I think I'll trade off a little bit and start pulling some more stuff out of the holes. Well, this is going to be it. My last scoop out of the holes. Yay, hip hip hooray. Oh, you know, there was another girl on one of the channels that I watch. They're really precise builders, the family is, and she's really good at building. But when they got to a point where, because they do the sandbags, so when they were framing one of those shipping crates, she was doing the measuring and cutting. And for the life of her, I mean, I think she might have conquered it by now. She's young. I don't know, 35 or so. And anyway, she just couldn't get it, and her husband would have to do it. And I told her, you know, I've built a lot, but for the life of me, I can't do it either. They say measure twice and cut once, but it never, I can't, I bet I could count on my hands, one hand at a time, and I've built lots and lots, but I never can get that cut right. Maybe back years ago I did, when we used the chop saw most of the time. And my chop saw's broke now. So anyway, I never could get it. The cut or measure twice and cut once. Well, now the same thing's happening with me with the squaring of the building, or, you know, digging the holes where the spots are, putting the strings out. I put the strings out and I measure and I dig a hole there, and I got the strings across, and I dig for a couple days, and then I go back and I measure again, and I'm digging holes like some of them are 12 inches across, and I still am not in, I'm at maybe the edge of that hole, which is just ridiculous, just driving me nuts. So with my shed I made, it was like a 4 by 12. So I actually nailed some 2x4s together, 4 by 12, and I laid it on the ground instead of doing the strings and everything. And that did pretty well for me. But still, when I got up to the roof, I was off, you know. It's right on up here, and down here it comes down to about 2 or 3 inches, which isn't bad, but still, I was off a little. And the way I'm going with this, every time I measure it, it's going to be way off. So what I'm going to do is wait until payday, and because I was going to have my friend come over, and it's the diagonal measurement. You know, you do your one sides and the other sides, but it's the diagonal that really gets you square. So I asked her, because it's hard for me to stick the tape on the one side and try to walk over, and the tape always comes, or, you know, comes loose or whatever. So I wanted her to hold the one side of the measuring tape while I do the diagonal measurements to make sure it's square. And so I thought I was going to put rebar in my holes and get that done today. But I don't know, like I said, the measurements just driving me nuts. I'm going to wait until I've got my 2 by 10 by 16s, and then I'll have my 2 by 10 by 8s, so I can actually kind of do like I did with my shed, have the boards so they're going straight across, and then just go from diagonal to make sure that I'm square, and hopefully it'll be close enough. I mean, I will just be thrilled if I get up to the roof and it's like right on. Yeah, I always built back in Ohio and lived around Amish country, and I said, yeah, I can build, but not Amish, which I try. I mean, you know, like I said, I'll do it over and over and measure over and over, and it's, don't know what it is. On cutting my boards, one thing, they got these measuring tapes now that it slides. So when you're doing your measurement, you could be off half an inch easy, almost, or 1/4 inch anyway. And then of course you got your saw blade that, you know, gives or takes if you do it on one side of the line. But I don't know. I guess I want to be perfect. I mean, that's not even saying you're perfect, but anyway, I hope I get closer. All right, well, I'm gonna go dig out my last little bit of dirt out of my last hole. Yay! Yay! That's just so exciting. And hopefully all my next videos are gonna be just full of cheer and hip hip hoorays, because I'm sounding kind of depressing lately. So, well, that one tape I did, I think, I don't know, maybe one or two before this one, I was just talking so slow. Maybe I need to get some of that drug speed. I don't know, but I know when people are on drugs, they're all like, whoop, blah, 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 blah. So if I start talking really happy and fast, it's because I'm really trying to, not because I started taking drugs. Okay, so I'm going to get that, and I'll get back with you soon. I'm really sorry about that butt shot. I just need a cameraman, and I just don't want to do it over again. I get so frustrated with, trying to get the right shots. But I wanted you to see that I have to crawl clear into that hole to get the dirt out. And that's the best shot I could get. Sorry about that. Well, got that all wrapped up. And hopefully this will be short. And I'm going to go ahead and, I can't put it online yet because I got to go to the library, which won't be until next Tuesday. So I got 6 more days before payday, and I can leave the canyon. But I am going to try to go to my neighbor's Wi-Fi and see if I can just put this video on my Facebook site. It won't be on my YouTube. So all my friends who are my YouTube subscribers, if you watch it on Facebook, please watch it again on YouTube so I get credit for you watching and commenting and subscribing and liking and all that kind of good stuff. And remember, Clovis and I love you, and we're going to start moving really fast now.